I don't have the virus. Don't have it. I promise I'll wash my hands. I'll wash my hands. Whoever said tough times never last lied. Because right now, tough times are definitely lasting. So the coronavirus, which has everyone freaked out, people are panicking all over the world. Okay, it's no longer just affecting China or just Italy or just Iran, but it's a global thing. Okay, it's affecting us just as much as it's affecting them in the US. So I've done a video before on the coronavirus, and if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link to the description below. And hopefully you will check out the other videos. The coronavirus is on a mission to wipe out everyone off the planet, off the face of the earth, off the off the face of planet Earth. Governments are trying to stop it from doing that, and how they plan on stopping it from doing that is by telling people to self-quarantine. Of course, hygiene, washing your hands, and all of that. Also, they advise people to practice social distancing, right? This is in the case of you having to go out, you have to practice social distancing. However, the concept of social distancing, when we look at it in the context of South Africa, it's a bit problematic, because the way that our lives are set up as South Africans. In this video, we'll be talking about some of the challenges that we face as South Africans when it comes to preventing the coronavirus. Before we get into the discussion, I really would appreciate it if you subscribed. So the first major challenge that we should be talking about is public transport, right? So we do know that the majority of South Africans use public transport, taxis, buses, trains, right? These are the majority of South Africans. And if you do know anything about using public transport, you know that these are spaces where people are literally on top of each other, right? Which defeats the whole purpose of social distancing. What's even more problematic is the fact that a lot of these South Africans might be or are very misinformed when it comes to the coronavirus. And I'm not saying that I know everything about the virus, right? COVID-19 is something that we learn about on the daily. New information becomes public knowledge, and how I'm able to keep up with these developments around the virus is because I have internet access. That's not the case with a lot of South Africans. A lot of South Africans do not have internet access, right? So because they don't have internet access, that might limit them from getting the relevant knowledge around the coronavirus. So public transport is something that cannot be avoided, because people have to get to work. People need to get to work. It's a terrible time to be an employee, knowing that at any moment, at any given moment, you could get the virus because you are exposed to it. So you get the virus at any moment. It's a terrible time for employees, but the show must go on. Not all of us are experiencing the struggle with coronavirus the same. Some people's experience is different, right? You might have seen videos of South Africans or white South Africans stockpiling at Makro. So as you can see in these videos, you mostly see white people. Okay, you mostly see white people. And this raises questions with us because we're curious to know where they get the money to buy so many groceries in the middle of the month. Schools have also been shut down. And some of the main complaints that I saw from tertiary students is the fact that they were supposed to have their graduation ceremonies, right? They're usually around this time every year. So that had to be postponed, which a lot of students obviously aren't happy with. Another thing that is getting postponed is a lot of musical events. I had to talk about this one because I am affected, and I'm affected because I am a fan of the Llanos, and I was really looking forward to the Sun Arena event, right? DJ Mapuri's. It had to be postponed, right? And a lot of gigs are being postponed. So, hey man, South African artists are going to feel it in their pockets. They're going to feel it. And not just them. I'm pretty sure our economy as a whole we're going to feel it. And of course, I can't speak of South African gatherings without mentioning the ZCC group. We all know that the Easter holidays are approaching, and during the Easter holidays, the ZCC group, they have their own thing going on in Limpopo every year. So, it's a huge group. Like they come out in numbers, it's a huge group. So we don't really know what's gonna happen, if they're gonna postpone it or if they're gonna go ahead with their plans. We don't know. We can only hope that they're going to postpone it because, hey man. So that's it for this video. Give it a like, click on the thumbs up. If there are challenges that I haven't mentioned in this video, feel free to hit me up in the comment section. If you do relate to these challenges that I spoke of, hit me up in the comment section. If you don't like this video, hit me up in the comment section. Okay, I care about you, whether you have positive feedback or negative feedback. I care. I'll see you on the next one. I'm Dumiso.